6:37 now, and there's a luncheon tomorrow to help strengthen your workforce by teaching you to better develop your talent. And joining us in Studio B, David Teasdale, Executive Director for KCCD's Workforce and Talent Development. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
18 years.
Almost 18 years.
Almost 18 years of doing this. And when you host this luncheon and people are coming in to sort of learn some of these different tools and whatnot, what's one of the biggest things that they take away from this, do you think?
Well, I think one of the biggest things they take away is there are resources out there for them to be able to either hire a skilled workforce or be able to upskill their own employees to the level that they would like them to be at.
How often is that sort of thing overlooked? Because we were just talking a minute ago and I was thinking, you know, do employers have this idea, you hire somebody and then that's it, that's the end of their job?
Oh, I think it's pretty commonplace. I know one of the sort of jokes in my industry is the employer says, what if we train the employees and they leave? And the answer is, what if we don't train the employees and they stay, right? So it's a trade-off, and one of the things that employers will be able to learn at our luncheon tomorrow is there are some state funds that we can connect them with that makes training more affordable so they can improve the skills of their employees without necessarily hurting the budget of the entity too poorly.
Without getting too far into it, what are some of the other things that they'll learn at this luncheon?
Well, I think one of the exciting things is they'll learn about apprenticeship as a model for hiring entry-level employees and upskilling them. Well, so the idea behind apprenticeship is you work, you earn, and you learn at the same time, and you achieve certain levels. The building trades have done it for over a century, but it can be done in a lot of different industries as a model, and we will have a speaker talking about how they can do that, and how they can get some technical assistance in being able to create their own apprenticeship.
And this is going on from 11:30 to 1 tomorrow. And this just popped in my head. How often, maybe it hasn't, has someone who was there at the beginning, maybe in the first couple of years, has come back to you and said, the skills that I learned, the skills that we have been invaluable?
It happens frequently. A lot of times once they start engaging with us, they continue to engage with us because it now becomes a new model for them. Additionally, Mike, we are also going to talk about some hiring incentives that we have so that we can lower the cost of hiring entry-level employees for the employers as well.
Just seems like that is sort of a topic right now that's big with everything that's been going on, with all the rising costs of everything that's going on.
Yeah, I think it would be really beneficial. If I were a business owner, I would, if I could hire somebody and they cost me less money the first 13 weeks while they're learning, I think that would be something that would interest me.
Well, you've said you've been doing it for 18 years now and whatnot. Has the model changed at all? Or are you constantly evolving as things
I think it's both. I think a lot of times there's still just not a lot of awareness of these resources by employers, so it's a constant educational effort on our part so they're aware of it. But the model has changed as the workplace has changed, as technology becomes more important, as people need different skills. And so that a lot of times is the motivation for the training for the employer with their current workforce is the skills that were needed 10 years ago maybe aren't the same skills needed now.
All right, let's go ahead and put up, if we haven't already, the QR code to show if you'd like to sign up for this. You still can. This is tomorrow at the Kern Community College District building, which is right there at 21st and Chester. Scan that right there and you can get the information you need to take part of this. It runs from 11:30 until 1. And how often do you do these?
We do these luncheons about once or twice a year, depending on the interest. They can also call area code 661-336-5058 to sign up as well.
Very good. David Teasdale, Executive Director, appreciate you coming in this morning and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.